Is the new Qidi Plus 5 the best value mid to large size 3D printer? That's what we're going to find out in this video. Hi, I'm Ken of Wrist Innovations and welcome to today's video where we will dig into the details of the new Qidi Plus 5 3D printer so you can make an informed decision on whether this printer is for you. I want to thank Qidi for sending me the Plus 5. Okay, let's get started. So where does the Plus 5 fit in versus Qidi's Q2 and Max 4 printers? Qidi's goal for the Plus 5 is to be a versatile all-around printer in the 300mm plus build volume category, delivering the best-in-class balance of structural design and affordability at its price point. I'll get into more details in the features section of this video. Let's first talk about the quality of the parts printed on the Plus 5. I printed parts on the Plus 5 using PLA, PETG, TPU, glass-filled TPU, ABS, carbon-filled ASA, and carbon-filled nylon. I think you're going to be impressed with the results. Once I got the Plus 5 set up, I had to first print a preloaded design of a benchy in PLA, which turned out reasonably well. There was some stringing, but overall it was a reasonable print. Next, I printed a benchy designed by Creative Tools in PLA using the Qidi Studio Slicer. This version of the benchy turned out great with no stringing. Next, I printed this calibration test designed by Gabax 3D on printables using PLA. For the Plus 5, the overhang test did successfully print all the way to 80 degrees. The various cylinder diameters measured 9.81 millimeters, 7.79 millimeters, 5.81 millimeters, and 3.7 millimeters versus design diameters of 10 millimeters, 8 millimeters, 6 millimeters, and 4 millimeters respectively. The various rectangle lengths measured 10.01 millimeters, 19.96 millimeters, and 29.90 millimeters for design lengths of 10 millimeters, 20 millimeters, and 30 millimeters respectively. Bridging overall looked good, and there were only a few stringers on the part. Next, I printed a spiral vase design using PETG that was uploaded to printables by Max 413049. However, the original design is by Big Bad Bison on Thingiverse.com. The Plus 5 part turned out beautiful. I really couldn't find any defects on this part. Next, I printed this truck tire out of TPU 95A, designed by Elmcom 193290 on printables. Since TPU can be stringy, I dried the spool of TPU in my Sunlu filament dryer at 55 degrees C for 6 hours. The TPU truck tire turned out great. There was very little stringing on the part. Qidi has recently launched their glass-filled TPU. I haven't seen glass-filled TPU before, so I was excited to try it. This TPU has a shore hardness of 67D, so it's relatively stiff, but it is elastic to absorb impact, so a good application would be protective bumpers. To compare the two TPUs, I printed the same truck tire out of the glass-filled TPU. I also dried this TPU spool in my Sunlu filament dryer at 55 degrees C for 6 hours. There was little to no stringing for the TPU GF tire, and although it was stiff, it had some flexibility. Both TPU truck tires turned out great. Okay, now let's step up our game with a more challenging material, ABS. ABS can be a challenge because it tends to easily warp when printing because it really needs a warm environment. I decided to print this bench vise designed by Practical 3D on MakerWorld. The nice thing about the Plus 5 is that the heated chamber was automatically activated since the slicer knew I was printing in ABS. I was really happy with the results from the Plus 5 because the vise turned out beautiful. The vise did not have any warping and it works really well. Now, let's try some carbon-filled ASA. This is also a new product from Qidi, and what is interesting about this filament is it has a co-extruded cladding on the outside diameter that is smooth to the touch. The cladding is intended to improve the layer bonding, therefore offering improved Z-axis part strength. I decided to print this woodworking clamp by CCV on MakerWorld. Just like with the ABS, for the carbon-filled ASA, the Plus 5 automatically activated the heated chamber. I was also really happy with the results from the Plus 5 because the woodworking clamp turned out great. The woodworking clamp did not have any warping and it works really well. Even though I'm not a big fan of multicolor printing due to the amount of wasted filament and how slow the prints take, since the Plus 5 has multi-filament capabilities, I had to give it a try. I printed this articulated Rexagon, which is Trex Plus Dragon Flexi by Pinky Wings on MakerWorld in 3 colors of PLA. The Plus 5 took approximately 8 hours to print. It used 22 grams of filament for the print and 58 grams for the purge tower and waste. I noticed a bit of bleeding of the red into the yellow, so I'm sure I need to adjust the purge volume a bit higher when going from a darker color to a lighter color. The print turned out well, and all the joints easily moved. I hope that Qidi is working in their secret laboratory on a multi-tool head 3D printer, because between Flashforge, Snapmaker, Bamboo Lab, Prusa, and now others, multi-tool head printers seem to be a way of the future. Okay, now let's try a really challenging material, carbon-filled nylon 12. Nylon is even more of a challenge than ABS because it is sensitive to humidity and it tends to easily warp when printing because it really needs a warm environment. The good news is that since the Plus 5 has the actively heated chamber, this will increase our chances of success. Before printing, I dried the PA12CF at 90 degrees C in my Sunloop dryer for 3 hours because the Qidi box can only reach 65 degrees C. I need to make some brackets to hold a roll of photography background paper from the ceiling for our product photography area. So I designed these J brackets in Fusion 360. I used the actively heated chamber feature of the Plus 5 to print the brackets. Overall, they turned out fine for my application. There were several surface defects, but they did not have any warping and the brackets will be plenty strong to hold the paper roll. So to summarize the parts quality section of this video, based on my initial experience with the Qidi Plus 5, it produces high quality parts, including using engineering materials such as carbon-filled ASA, which rival the quality of parts I make with my Bamboo Lab printers. Now, let's dive into the main features of the Plus 5. The Plus 5 is a medium to large 3D printer with overall printer dimensions of 500 millimeters wide by 488 millimeters deep by 558 millimeters high, not counting the Qidi box on top. The Plus 5 is fairly heavy at 29 kilograms or 64 pounds. In fact, I used this hydraulic cart from Harbor Freight to help me with getting the Plus 5 up from the floor to my workbench height. The Plus 5 has a large print volume of 320 millimeters by 320 millimeters by 300 millimeters. Here's a comparison between the build place of a 256 millimeter by 256 millimeter and the Plus 5, and you can visually see the difference. The Plus 5 is a fully enclosed Core XY printer with rigid internal frames and a glass top and door. The Plus 5 has a maximum hot-end temperature of 370 degrees C, which is great for higher temperature engineering materials. Qidi offers the 0.4 millimeter diameter bimetal nozzle as standard. However, 0.2, 0.6, and 0.8 millimeter nozzles are available. The Plus 5 has a maximum build plate temperature of 120 degrees C. And Qidi claims it has a very uniform temperature distribution. The Plus 5 has a maximum speed of 600 millimeters per second and a maximum acceleration of 20,000 millimeters per second squared. It has a filament runout sensor, chamber fan with a HEPA and carbon filter, and a nozzle wipe feature. The Plus 5 has a multicolor filament multi-material capability when using the Qidi box unit, and it can take advantage of the Qidi RFID tags in the Qidi filament spools that allow the Qidi box to recognize the color and amount of specific materials on each spool. Each Qidi box can hold 4 spools of filament, and you can connect as many as 4 Qidi box units to a printer for a maximum of 16 colors. An added feature of the Qidi box is that it has a heater that allows you to dry your filaments with or without the printer printing parts, with a maximum temperature of 65 degrees C. The Plus 5 has an optional external extruder cooler unit that blows cool air directly on the extruder, and Qidi claims this reduces nozzle clogs by 90%. The Plus 5 comes with a dual-side textured PEI build plate. The Plus 5 works with the Qidi Studio Slicer, which is a fork of Orca Slicer, and their phone app. The Plus 5 has auto bed leveling, Z-axis offset, power loss recovery, and an internal LED light. The Plus 5 can print wirelessly using their slicer, and it can print in LAN mode. You can print the following filaments on the Plus 5: PLA, PETG, TPU, ABS, ASA, PC, and carbon-filled or glass-filled materials. The Plus 5 has a 4-inch color touchscreen to communicate with the printer. The Plus 5 has a low frame rate 1080p resolution camera that also provides spaghetti detection. The Plus 5 has a 32GB eMMC memory, and you can transfer files using a USB drive. So, where does the Plus 5 fit in with the other Qidi printers such as the Q2 and the recently launched Max 4? Qidi has designed the Q2 for first-time users or home-based users just getting started with 3D printing, since it's affordable, reliable, and easy to use. The Q2 print volume is 270mm by 270mm by 256mm. Qidi has designed the Max 4 for those with ultra-large printing needs because it has a print volume of 390mm by 390mm by 340mm for people who demand a flagship level of performance and the very best specifications. The new Plus 5 fits in the middle between the Q2 and the Max 4 as a versatile all-around printer with a print volume of 320mm by 320mm by 300mm, with Qidi's goal to deliver a best-in-class balance of structural design and affordability at its price point. It's quite easy to set up the Plus 5. The biggest challenge is to get the Plus 5 unboxed and onto your workbench due to the weight of the printer. You may want to get a friend to help you with this. Once you remove the Plus 5 from the box, it's just a matter of removing the various foam packaging from the printer and the accessory box. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the unboxing of the Plus 5 because most of my viewers tend to skip over this section anyway, since setting up the printers are fairly common amongst the various 3D printer companies. I'll just point out a couple of key points. Number 1, make sure you remove the lead screw protectors. Make sure you remove the 4 screws securing the hotbed to the frame. You can follow the on-screen prompts to make sure you have covered all the steps. Then you can run the self-inspection and calibration. Next, you're ready to load your filaments, either using the external spool holder or the Qidi box if you bought the combo version. Then you're off to your first print. Now, let's talk about the price of the Plus 5. At the making of this video, August of 2026, the Qidi Plus 5 without the Qidi box for existing Qidi customers will be $669. For new customers, the price will be $699, which will include 1 kilogram of filament. The Qidi Plus 5 combo with the Qidi box for existing Qidi's customers will be $819. For new customers, the price will be $849, which will include 1 kilogram of filament. This sale will last until August 31st, at which time the normal price will be $749 for the Plus 5 and $899 for the Plus 5 combo. The Plus 5 combo price, after $831 of $899, will fall in between the Q2 combo at $649 and the Max 4 combo at $1,249. As a comparison, the price of the Bambu Lab X2D without the AMS2 Pro is $649, and the X2D with the AMS2 Pro is $899. Let's go to my final summary and recommendations. Overall, I'm impressed with the quality of the prints I made on the Qidi Plus 5, including prints made from glass-filled TPU and carbon-filled ASA. And I consider the print quality to be comparable to the quality from my Bambu Lab printers. Previously, there have been times in the past that I've had miscellaneous small issues with previous models of Qidi printers when I've received early versions for my evaluations. However, the recent Max 4 and now the Plus 5 have been the smoothest evaluations I've had to date. The Plus 5 is a large printer with a large print volume of 320mm by 320mm by 300mm. Qidi has made improvements to their Qidi box, and with the Plus 5 having an actively heated chamber, a heated Qidi box, and a 370-degree hot end, this printer can handle high-temperature engineering materials very easily. At a sale price between $819 and $849, depending on whether you are an existing Qidi customer or a new one, the Plus 5 is worth considering if you're planning to buy a large printer in the near future. Bambu Lab has been at the top of the 3D printer market with their innovative product line offering. However, I think that Qidi has been slowly making progress with the evolution of their printers to provide a competitive alternative to Bambu Lab printers. What do you think? Will you be considering purchasing the Qidi Plus 5? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're interested, I have an affiliate link for the Plus 5 in the description below. If you'd like to see my video titled New Anycubic Cobra X versus Bambu Lab A1, which is better? That link is here. If you'd like to see my video titled New Qidi Max 4 3D Printer Review, Best Large Format Value, that link is here. Thanks for watching. Bye!